Okay. Hello, my bulls. How are you doing today? Is there anybody? Okay, it seems so. Hope you're doing bright today. Not getting too much greedy. Just enough. Maybe this is working. I'm not seeing YouTube. Or is my YouTube stuff is bugging here? Hello, Sam. Good to see you. Oh, okay, yeah. It's working, it seems. Let me check. I have one more TP to take here. I'm gonna TP here a bit. Reduce. Okay, good. Have another playlist here, a bit more quiet. Yes, good. Who else is in the place? Say hello. And smash a like if you like it. Yep. Load, oh, I know, tensor chart. Always get PC bugging. Oh, yeah, my PC bugging. Come on. Here we go. Is that better? Okay. So, I'm gonna review a bit of Bitcoin, of course, as always. And mostly Bitcoin. Unless you want me to take a look at something else. But yeah, we have some change since last week, right? Things that have been moving quite a bit. Why is this chart seems weird to me? Oh no, okay, we have already, yeah, quite a consolidation on the 4 hour here. You know, I was talking last week about the, well, potential for a reversal as long as we didn't, well, prior that we took the January high here, right? It was always the possibility that we were into a corrective move up and we'll see a sweep of the 38k or even lower towards 32 or whatever. And that was as long as we didn't took that January. That was last week, right? Because we, yeah, that's it, right? Yeah, we were here. So, you know, it took the loss on the short. That's part of the game, you know, not always right for most people. And the goal isn't necessarily to be all right, but rather make money, right? Oh, I've been letting longs ride, you know, took a few longs along the way that have been more than covering any short losses. Yeah, and managed to get, yeah, a few shorts. But surely, the short that I've been taking on this way because I had, you know, we were looking at potential flat here, we're looking at the potential ABC move up, so that I've been a bit exhausting, to be honest. Yeah, counter-trading the trend, you know, it's not the most efficient, that's for sure. Well, the long is paying off here, and we, by doing what we did here, for me, it's printing a pretty bullish structure now for the coming weeks, months. Or probably we're gonna see some some retrace, some consolidation, whatever. So the music is a bit loud here. So things happen, but yeah, we are unfolding a bullish path here so far, right? Until when, until where? More precisely is the question. I'm gonna see that. I'm gonna have a few. Yeah, I'm gonna review a few ideas here right now, but gonna need to see development a bit more here to get more confident, right? But the idea, you know, it didn't change much, right? We didn't validate an ABC collective move up, but that's also why I'm always trying to give alternative scenario in case one get invalidated, because the feeling is not always the right one. But the alternative idea were that we were into an impulse move up, basically, with the goal of reaching 52k area for the wave 3 here. Wave 3 in white here, which I think there is good probability that we printed here already, right? It's possible we get another move up again, you know. Things can always move a bit more. It seems a bit extended to me. Well, it seems a bit extended, you know. We could have another extension here. But yeah, I think there is decent chances that we did start it the wave 4 already here. Which can unfold in different way. Right? What I mean by that is we may have a kind of a heavy drop, a bit like we had over the course of the week on Tuesday here, like aggressive move down. Or it can lead to a bit more sideways downward price action. In theory, wave 4 should retrace at least to the 236. So you see that I'm letting the 146 up as well. Sometimes we have very shallow wave 4. But in the guideline, Elliott Wave guideline, in theory, we should see at least 236, 32 really common, and potentially down to the 50%. So that gives quite a wide range. I got you that. But yeah, that can lead to, so different paths. If we retrace only to the 236 here, you know, I'm gonna zoom in trying to read what potential count we have on the for the wave 4. But basically it can be a bit more, you know, a choppy sideway basically, or it can be more aggressive. What that do is basically for altcoins. I think this is important, because if we have a very aggressive wave 4 down, so aggressive sell-off here, most likely altcoin is gonna suffer. You know, gonna have a bit more drawdown. If things turn out to be a bit more choppy and not too much aggressive downward movement, then that allow altcoin to breathe a bit more and potentially even, you know, go into quite some rallies here and there. Ideally, altcoin rally while Bitcoin consolidate, basically. Wave 4 is a consolidation. And if the sell-off is a bit more aggressive, well, you can see a bit more drawdown on while Bitcoin dump, and then a bit still a strong recovery after, you know, because we not necessarily gonna drop in one move, right? Surely, based on that count, we have a very quick wave 2 here, but based on the timelines of wave 1, 3, or 1 plus 3 here, this can take a few, potentially a couple of weeks, right? Basically, we can take the whole length of 1 plus 3, for example, here, time length, I mean, and project here. There is that could last until March and still be in a valid wave 4, right? I'm not saying it's gonna last that long, it can be a lot quicker, but yeah, at least I will look for that wave 3 time, and yeah, that gives us a week still. That's quite a reasonable time frame here. We'll see that. So I think we have a pretty good candidate for that, for wave 3 to be in here. Now for now we're still sideways, we are holding the low. We have been printing higher highs here. I've been struggling to count the past week at least, but yeah, we're seeing some selling, some spot selling, selling from, especially from Bitfinex and Tether. I'm gonna review here. But basically, if I'm just focusing here on the very 5-minute time frame with the yesterday high, yesterday. If we are in a bearish bias, basically I will see this as some kind of diagonal here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, making us either 1 or an 8, depending what result of that. And basically this has an ABC. So today I took quite a short on that move here, above the liquidity here. Share that in the crew. Took profit pretty quickly for the first take profit, and I flip back into another long here. And for me, with this kind of structure, I'm playing rather tight here, especially on both sides, because we have aggressive bull trend. So I don't want to keep on holding a short while risk is up. That's nonsense. But as we are also have an aggressive bull trend, I don't want to hold a short into the high, even if it is into the low of that trend. It is into the high of the overall trend, right? And if I'm taking the structure with an Elliott in mind, basically this low is important to hold, right? Because here we have a potential for an ABC move up if it's bullish, while we have a 1-2 and a sub 1-2 here. As long as this low hold, remain to be seen if this low have not been taken in anywhere, by the way, because in fact, if it has been taken, that will be invalidated. Binance didn't took it, and Finex neither, so I guess Coinbase didn't. So yeah, it's holding it still. But yeah, basically that's it. So I could even be flipping back into a short here, but I'm streaming, so I'm not gonna be, and I already have a decent size short from earlier here. But for now, yeah, retesting a POC high volume node here. Golden retrace of the move down. No, decent retrace. So good thing I took profit before going live here. Value are high as well. So. I'm looking at this 5-minute structure. It's a bit tedious. Yeah, in this kind, in all environment, 5 minutes, low time frame count sometimes work really great. Sometimes they get a bit sloshy. Maybe that's a word, I don't know, but yeah. But the idea for me is, well, we have surely a wave 4 here, right? Because we have a significant drop. And so then I went to, okay, now my focus is to count the move up from that low, because I know this is a wave 4. Maybe it is a wave 4 of lesser degree, but still it's a wave 4, so you know there will be a significant tap at this point. But at first I count that somewhere here 1 2 3 4 5, and it 1 2 3 4 5, it keep going, so it have been a bit difficult here for me, to be totally honest with you. But yeah, I end up finding a count that worked pretty well here. The idea was basically a diagonal. Jump on my highs after we got the drop here, because we're seeing like kind of organic selling, like heavy selling here. You know, there's volume here on derivative, but on spot you can see here, right, the rather high volume, averagely high volume, lasting for a few candles, meaning they are really market selling into beats. But that can be a sign of, that's rather a sign of distribution to me. Now it's not because it's just distribution that it cannot go higher, but yeah, you know, quite selling, especially on spot. And yeah, I was saying this because, yeah, anyways, that's where this high did jump on my mind here. It's basically an ABC move up for wave 1, ABC move up for wave 3, and ABC move up for wave 5. Right, just a diagonal count. And that was valid as long as wave 5 is smaller than wave 3, which is the case here. Now I came up with another idea. If we were to go for another high here, basically it's gonna be this. So I'm going back with more standard structure. I'm not a big fan of this kind of 1 2, but anyway, the idea is to have a 1 2 3 here, and this as a kind of flat for wave 4 will give us a target for the fifth around 54k, more or less 500. And it's coming in confluence with the higher degree. So we have in yellow here well, it's a bit lower now. In yellow we have the target for this fifth, and in green we have the target for the higher degree fifth, which is the fifth of that thread, right? So basically being 0.618 of 1 plus 3 here, predicting from 4. So we have a bit of confluence here, and there is something else. I'm not only looking at this fib confluence, but there is quite some sell wall on Bitfinex. Not Tether, Bitfinex USD. Five minutes here, and that's what, yeah, give me a bit more. I kind of like this kind of confluence, having two fifth wave targets in confluence with a Bitfinex sell wall like this. Quite interesting. In terms of amount, you know, well, here we can see 53.7 to 54.5, 53.5 to 54.5, basically. You know, that a bit more than 2,000 Bitcoin, basically, as a whole. That's significant in terms of Bitfinex size, right? You know, you can think, yeah, 2,000 Bitcoin is not that much if you think in terms of derivative contract, or maybe Binance size, or even the ETF movement. But when you look at Bitfinex or the book, 2,000 Bitcoin, it's quite a lot. And there is sell on other exchanges as well, right? We have the aggregated here. We can see there's like 100 millions, nearly 200 millions here when we reach the high. So which make me think, this is some kind of distribution here. We have been seeing a lot of passive selling into this, right? Let me get back to Binance. Right, especially since 47k here, you know, it was quite a lot here, and here the book flip like at close to a all-time high in terms of deepness of the sell side here as we reach into the 51k, 51, 52 here. So letting me think, here we have spot selling, kind of normal at that price level, you know, taking profit, etc. But that can lead to just consolidation, basically. So in accordance to the idea that we could be entering into a fourth wave. Now, maybe I'm going to be wrong again. We'll see, you know, can be aware of, for example, the 261.8 extension at around 60k if this keep growing, or potentially a bigger wave for 3 here. We'll have to maybe extend this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years overextension, and maybe that can build us a bigger 1, 2, 3, right? But for now, I'm looking at this. I've been betting short here, and I'm looking for a drawdown here. And I will, if we go higher, I will bet a short again around 40k. Doesn't mean I'm closing long. I'm been taking a bit of profit, and you know, I'm rising stop profits. You know, different sizing. I have my base amount, if you want, that I took around, especially what I took around here. I'm gonna keep the stop white, like basically below the yearly level. Still in profit, you know, but I think a bit more room, because I think we are not done overall. I'm playing in just a wave 4 here, so you know, I think we will go higher. So no reason to be too much aggressive on everything. I don't want to have zero exposure, but at the same time, you know, taking along the way. So I don't want to give up on all the unrealized P. Hey, there's some life in the chat here. Sam, pas grand monde. Yeah, no, there's people. There's people like quite. Oh, 17 people. Yeah, that's nice to see everybody. Thanks. Hello, Cookie. Modi Peter is here. Hayedar is here. Luke is here. Much love, bro. So yeah, basically, this is what I'm looking for. I will really, to be honest, I would really like if we could come back to basically weekly open on that wave 4, not necessarily this week, but that weekly level here, and maybe even swipe that low. That I will love that, because that will be the best risk reward, right? I would probably be looking too long around 50k if things doesn't sit the bed, and we'll see. As I say, I think that could take a week, 2 weeks, maybe even 3 weeks to play if this is correct. We'll see. But if we can come down here 2 weeks and we can see that the order book is flipping clearly into the green zone, at that point I would be really happy to flip heavily back long for take the high and target the 5th wave. And at that point, I'm just gonna, follow the market, try to read that 5th wave potentially, and get back again into a short, and then we'll see. If I'm correct on that already, it's gonna be a good thing, But yeah, my plan right now is, to play a pullback, to have also decent short exposure, so that can take good profit, and that I can have some kind of, you know, psychological protection to bet heavily enough on that wave 4 when it's due time to go for a fifth wave, you know. Playing the short here, I spent a lot of energy trying to bet on the short on that rise here. But the idea is not necessarily just short to be short and to catch every move, but the back of my mind is also that I know that I'm a lot more comfortable to bet a heavy long if I have a nice short position protecting me. You know, we'll see. So yeah, basically that's it right now. And that's pretty clear. What's that going to see? So there is interesting signs here as well, kind of comforting me in this short mid-term bearish sentiment here. You know, my love for Bitfinex wells, right? Well, they're pretty reddish, especially since, well, this level, since this 51k, when we saw the heavy spot limit sales, right? Now the volume is not quite impressive compared to the depthness of that discount. You know, $100 discount, it's very significant. Yeah, for me, an $100 discount on Bitfinex compared to other spot exchange is very significant. Now, volume is important in correlation. So here we can see like 200, yeah, there is like 400 Bitcoin here. There is like another 250 here. And there's, yeah, quite some volume here as well. So it's not as much as a discount, but we can see it decrease. So probably still selling. Nonetheless, yeah, heavy red is quite significant to me, and you know, it go into low volume as well a bit here. All right, and we can see as well on the spot margin long exposure here. You know, the same way that was getting me bullish to see them into a premium at that low with new long exposure on margin. And we can see that I've been taking profit all the way up here, which is normal behavior. It doesn't necessarily mean immediate reversal, right? Because I've been selling since we broke out, so you know, it didn't reverse as soon. But we can see that there is selling, and now it's also confirmed by the discount. So there's unloading of this borrowed beacon, and also unloading overall from Bitfinex to other spot exchange based on the basis here. In gray we can see as well Tether here. So Tether have not been a big buyer on this rise either, or they're selling as well since we broke out here. And in fact we can flip to the Binance chart here. Binance, if we, so I just readjust the indicator here, because I used to take all the Binance pair, the TUSD pair, which is always trading at a huge premium here, like again $1,000 premium here on the TUSD, but very low volume, so it's not that much significant. I don't know what's happening there. Maybe some shady things, whatever. So just taking the USDT pair on Binance, yeah, we can see as well what is happening there. So also another well platform still, I think, and quite some volume here as well, you know. And there is quite heavy discount again, nearly $70 here at the peak, and average about you know, about $30. So significant. That means that market makers are then buying on Binance to sell on others. So that means that the whales on Binance are selling on the spot market here, which is a significant indication to me, especially when it is in confluence with Bitfinex and Tether, in Great Tether, right? So yeah, an indication of selling here, an indication of selling on the overall aggregated spot market with the order book and etc. Normal behavior into a bull trend. A smart, knowledge, a mindful trader will sell during the rise and buy during the dip, especially big one. I mean, you play liquidity, so you need some greediness and you need some bullish movement to unload huge amounts. So there is profit taking here, and that's what I see. That's it. Modi Pillory, 2 being slow and shallow. Do you expect 4 to be deep and sharp? That's good comment that I can feel the idiotian in you here. Yes, that's the alternation rules, guidelines more than rules. But when wave 2 is shallow, wave 4 tend to be deep. And when wave 2 is deep, wave 4 tend to be shallow. Also why I kind of looking for this deeper wave 4 potentially here, which is quite deep for we have a strong trend. So I don't know. In theory, yeah, that's part of the reason why I like the idea of 47 to 48k here. Yeah, shallow, yeah. Yeah, right. It's like everybody smash like. Yeah. What else? Higher time frame, maybe. That's was in discussion. Well, again, give a quick talk about that. But I was in discussion with somebody that had Shiva that has an indicator projecting a PI cycle top. Which is very interesting. I didn't know about it. It's not that one, but yeah, it's something I will keep in mind. I will put back an alert on that. But the PI cycle top indicator has been quite good. There is some room here still. So the PI cycle is basically when the 2 moving average, which I don't remember, the 350 and 11.1 here across. So if the trend keep up, that could come quite quick. A bit longer, I don't know. We'll see, but yeah, we'll see. That's not what I wanted to look at. I see. Okay, and at the 50k, 52k especially, but going beyond the 50k, we clearly have some greediness coming up, right? It's a psychological level. It's a level that makes also the classic legacy media, the non-crypto media, news media, talk about Bitcoin again. And that was also that liquidity. And we're really coming in the last level that we have on the chart, right, before being in price discovery here. While being still kind of overbought, well, especially in weekly, we have the potential for bearish weekly. Saying this, but it can remain overbought and still rise. But we are at that last stage here. Well, we can expect a bit of consolidation before breaking out, right? So yeah, there is that. And the idea of the count here, Why is the PC laggy here? I mean, it's fine. There's nothing as 100%. It's 30, 30, 60, yeah. So here we were looking for the count here as a 1, 2, basically 3, 4, and we'll see where it is the 5th here. Well, if we're in a bullish count, I think we have a decent structure here to work in. For me, the idea would be to have, basically, as I say, apply the 5th wave to finish a sub-wave 1 here at that point. And then we can go into another consolidation, which I would guess will be rather sideways more than down, but who knows. And maybe we don't go much higher and we come back into this range, so that's also possible that we remain into this. Invalidation gonna be 38k now for the bullish pass. But yeah, that's a stance that I wanted to make, is for me, now that we took that high of January, that low of 38,500 seems rather good as a good low, right? If we were to see such kind of movement here on a very, very deep wave 2 inside the 2 yearly level here, we'll probably bet again quite heavily, right? Step by step, right? We're playing the 4, we'll play the 5th, and we'll see to play again a short for the 2. That's if that play, that's gonna be into another few weeks stop. That also can be sideways or whatever. The idea here is to look for the target of the 3rd wave on the bigger time frame, which seems to be lining rather good into the 100k. Unless we flip into linear, in that case, we're gonna be into just barely a new high or a double top, 70k. And the bigger 3rd wave, I'm taking the 561.8 extension here on linear based on the previous price action. Basically, that's the idea for the coming year. It's maybe a good time to emphasize that even if I'm playing Shang shorts here and there, I'm always into long exposure, at least spot, holding spot, and it's not that I'm expecting, it's that we are in a bull run here. Until proven wrong. At that point, invalidation gonna be 38k. Right. If we come back below that low, okay, we can take things back again. But otherwise, we are in a bull run, we are in a bull trend, so I'm looking overall for higher, and I'm holding spot, and I'm holding always longs as well. And yeah, I'm saying this because I also know there are some people kind of chasing shorts, either because they missed the long or whatever. There's some revenge trading, which is kind of what caused this kind of movement, this aggressive move up. Things keep moving up aggressively because people keep trying to short, because usually it's because they are not long enough, right? So there's some revenge trading here. I'm guessing maybe there's the same through process that what I explained, why I'm also trying to get a short to be more comfortable getting a long on the other side. But whatever is the reason, I think it's important to keep in mind we're in a bull run, and the risk you take on the short should be mindfully should be lower than the risk you take on the long side, whenever it is, you know. Well, whenever it is. You're not taking a huge risk on long here. It's not necessarily the best idea. I mean, you do what you do, right? But for me, it's getting really risky at that point, right? But you should. I don't think you should take too much risk on any short here, either. I mean, it's more, yeah, again, a protection than anything else. So there was an alternative count I quickly talked about last week and say, yeah, maybe this is not gonna be so much bullish if we do break into new highs, because there is also the potential for that kind of structure here, which gonna give us a bit of overlapping between the idea of a 1-2 and this as a 4-5 here. But basically, that's the idea that we're giving another extension into that wave from September, right? With it's missing a count here, yeah. It is to a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 here. Was gonna give us a 56k, so potentially the same target than for this fifth wave, right? We're gonna be probably in confluence, and that could lead to a longer corrective sideway, and also mean that the next wave gonna be a lot less strong, basically. Because that will mean we're gonna complete a complete impulsive structure with just one more move, and with a lot more shallow target, right? Which could be just barely a double top at that point. So instead of giving us the potential for potential for 200k or whatever above 100k for the fifth wave here, it's gonna give us just barely 100k as a potential target. Any question? Any comment here? Getting a small oh yeah, isn't bullish CVD forming? One note on that, you know, okay, fine to use CVD as indicator of anything. Yeah, bullish CVD here, especially on this drop here, heavy selling, so maybe we go higher. The thing with CVD is you're gonna have bullish CVD when you reverse, especially with Bitcoin. And if this mostly the only one I really know, you know, when you reverse and when you build a potentially distributive range here, you're always gonna have bullish CVD. You know, it's one indicator, can be useful. I prefer it rather on the lower time frame, and yet I'm not using it that much, to be honest. But yeah, you know, yeah, you have bullish CVD here, but you always have bullish CVD at top. I'm more looking at CVD for especially comparing what spots CVD is doing, or to know where selling or buying is coming from. But even here, it's kind of weird because, for example, when Bitfinex is selling, CVD is always going up. It's basically because there is limit selling on Bitfinex. The whales are limit selling on Bitfinex, so that makes CVD going up because the market maker have to market buy on Bitfinex to hold the pair with other exchange. So, you know, it's kind of it's a flow indicator in a way. It's a flow and a float indicator some way. It have interesting data, but it's not all bread and butter, right? And for example, here what I'm saying is, yeah, aggressive selling coming from Binance, for example. Usually Binance is rather a big buyer, you know, so the first time we were seeing CVD really reverse, yes, in this trend. But yeah, when you reverse, you're gonna have selling into support until the support cracked. And that's gonna form bullish CVD. Interesting is to see if there's really absorption into open interest, and if it's hold, and if the short are letting go, right? For now, we have seen long letting go, and now short letting go a bit. So I'm a bit neutral here for that matter. But he was saying, we've been saying, quite some take profit, you know, and that's what started to form a bullish CVD as well. It's bullish CVD, but not on short getting absorbed. It's bullish CVD on long closing, short closing as well. There's always both closing, but that means that how the big player work is they absorb new long with new short, and they close their long and their short. So they're taking profit on long by opening new short, and they're closing both at the same time. But yeah, there is taking profit. It's kind of different than, for example, here for a bit. Here you have, even if it's tiny, but open interest while CVD is flat, so you have absorption. A lot more locally here, you know, short here, short opening here, creating bullish CVD here. So there's this absorption, and as soon as you break here, yeah, okay, the short let go. But if I've been breaking down here, well, the one absorbing at limit gonna let go as well. You know, you never know for sure which side gonna let go. There's a tendency here, so you can bet on upside, but there's never always upside, right? Getting a small amount of crackle on your voice as well, but it's nothing too bad, just tiny lag now and again. Okay, that's weird. Oh, maybe, yeah. Okay, thanks for mentioning. I will check that. I did make some change on my setup here, and my microphone is wired into my screen up, so maybe that's it. Anyway, thanks for mentioning. I will check that. I saw that because you mentioned the 54k and with the bullish CVD forming that we would shoot it next week. So, okay, yeah, fair enough. And you know, I'm not criticizing what you mentioned here. It's legit. I'm just explaining that for me, CVD, it's, yeah. I'm emphasizing that you will always, I'm sure there was bullish CVD, for example, here, if I'm checking. The lower low and kind of higher high here. So you had bullish CVD here, yet we drop. Cool. So I guess that's it. Do we have something else to talk about? BTC is dropping back down, but I got stopped out a bit on profit here on ETH, but you know, there's decent potential for altcoins in general. So I'm not the one for looking at all the newest stuff, etc. But you know, just looking at Ethereum, we did sweep the 2022 low, broke market structure, was still below the 200 daily in green, but you know, we have an attempt here. Now we have a retrace. I think there's good chances that we hold here, right? And we kind of have the same thing on the lower time frame, in fact, kind of. You know, record market structure now starting to look ABC if we come back down, but we'll see. I would like this low to hold, maybe into the golden pocket here, 252. Takes the stuff here. yeah. Dominance, but dominance is holding quite impressively here on Bitcoin still. I had that count, debatable if you can do Elliott Wave count on dominance chart, but I've been doing on the rise. It plays not so bad. So for me, I think there's some room here for halts to ride, right? Quite some room, but for now I've been suffering more than anything. Well, suffering compared to Bitcoin, and many have been doing well. You know, potentially there's quite some room here for a nice altcoin run. You know, we could be looking, excluding BTC here. You know, there's quite some catch up as well to do with Bitcoin, right? There is quite some room here. Basically, Bitcoin is at this level right now. So 53% on the market cap. Oh, and I was taking a quick look at Nasdaq. You know, high time frame. I don't know how high we will go. I tend to be in the band in the crew in the. Okay, let me start that again. I tend to think that when we'll get red cuts, that could be a pretty significant top on the very high time frame. I'm rather bearish, right? I don't know how high we go, but just locally here, seeing, you know, 161.8 extension, good 382, good wave 4 of that degree, 0.618 extension. Here for wave 5. For both wave 5, confluence of the 261.8, the small one and the bigger one here. So I think we could be entering into wave 4 as well, and completely different degrees than Bitcoin here, but yeah, potentially could see some drawdown. I know we can always push a bit higher, but we're in the pocket where I could see that happening here. With like in theory retracement that we should see below 1600 here, if that's correct, and then another move. And yeah, I don't know for S&P, but that's the idea that we could be in a final fifth still, you know. Especially, well, overall in the final fifth, pretty decently confident about that. How high it will go, I don't know, you know, I could see it come, for example, here to, yeah, nearly 5,600. The idea that we could really be into a big fifth where we have volume dropping out. We have quite some craziness here. I mean, the index is pulled up only mainly by 3 stocks here. All the rest is going down. It's kind of crazy momentum here that we have. And we still have a yearly bear div. It's gonna be just another one here. Still have yearly bear div here. And another one here. Potentially. And the context, etc. or whatever, but I don't know, I mean, those things are getting crazier and crazier here. Narrative currently for stock, I think, is basically AI, right? Basically the only thing that really seems to be pulling the market up. When Nvidia is one of the strongest assets, that Nvidia is pulled by AI, basically. And it's tech stocks that are pulling all the index here. how high, how long is the hype gonna go? I don't know. I'm not gonna bet on that right now. Maybe another day. But yeah. For what it was, right? Yeah, I guess that's it. What else? You know, yeah, about greediness. We have obviously the, you know, we're into greed here. Yeah, we fall back from greed, from extreme greed 3 days ago. Here we're still just at extreme greed. So yeah, there is greediness really. And we can see it obviously. Nonetheless, for now, open interest is still going up. Up and up and up. Ooh. Which make me wonder, do we see that final short squeeze or what, right? Or is this, or are we gonna retrace all of this? And I mean that we're gonna retrace all of this here. It's also a possibility, you know, we can make a 3, 4 on a 5th year and then come back into 2 and have all of this coming back into balance here, maybe. Always see the sorry, I'm bégaying again. Bégayer, that's a French word, but whatever. You know, maybe we see another extension here. And we see a big short squeeze. And we see another acceleration. Also, why I will not be closing all long exposure, because I don't know for sure, but maybe we are into 1, 2, 3, make a smaller 4 here, and we're going to overextended 5th for a bigger wave for that degree here, and we're gonna see at that point potentially a big short squeeze on open interest. Maybe, you know, just something to keep in mind. Anyway, an hour of stream, and I think I wrap up everything I wanted to say. Appreciate almost everybody liked it, or leave a like at least, so appreciate that, guys and girls. Hope that was interesting, enlightening in some way, or helpful in some way. And I see you all very soon. Right? Take care. Appreciate you all. Thanks. Seeing your comments. Modi, Luke, Cookie. Thanks everybody. Have a good weekend. Take care.